Hey, baby, welcome back to Unlicensed and Unbothered. It's Friday, which means another round of Am I the Drama? So, I think I've been keeping it pretty simple this week. I just baked some cookies, which honestly turned out great. Like,
Okay.
I mixed dark chocolate chips, a little bit of milk, and a little bit of white. So it's like some concoction, but it's good. And then yesterday, I was at the doctor's because I've managed to get both tonsillitis and strep throat. So it's been a fun week.
It has, hasn't it? Meanwhile, okay, this is really embarrassing. This kind of shows how unathletic I am. Ew. But I um I was playing tennis. One of my friends was like, "Oh, we should go play tennis." I was like, "Yeah, I'm down for it." I didn't notice while I was playing. I'm not as good as tennis because I'm used to badminton, right? I twisted my ankle. I didn't know it that I twisted my ankle. I think it was because adrenaline and I'm also having fun. I came home and I'm like, my ankle, my right ankle looks a little bigger than my left one. Turns out I did sprain it and I've been limping around, but nothing like alhamdulillah, nothing is wrong with it. I just sprained it and it's way better. So I have a brace on. And yeah, but while I'm limping around, you're recovering with your pharmacy meds. So I feel
Yeah,
bad for you, babes.
yeah, we're both absolutely dying, but you know what? We're here.
Hmm.
We are delivering, and today's Reddit story is wild, right? So imagine losing your father,
Yeah.
dealing with splitting up his estate, and then this random woman shows up claiming that her child is secretly your half brother and
Ah,
demanding loads and loads of money. The only problem is it's literally impossible for you to have a sibling.
yeah.
Mm.
It's one of those stories where you're like, okay, people will really try anything when there's money involved.
Yep. So let's get into it. So here's the sitch, right? My father passed about 2 months ago from natural causes and left everything he owned to me and my sister. His estate is worth over 5 million, with almost half of that in liquid assets. His estate is still being split up now, not because me and sis are fighting or anything. The two of us are just working together to see who wants what and figuring out what to do with the rest. But that isn't the issue here. About a week ago, a woman we'll call Stupid Bitch, SB for short,
Love that.
contacted my father's estate attorney claiming that she had a secret child with him and demanded he get a third of the estate. I have never met this woman or even knew she existed until then, but apparently she's the daughter of someone my dad went to high school with, so it isn't out of the question at first. But here's the thing. My dad was diagnosed with testicular cancer 15 years ago and has had both of his testicles removed. So, unless this kid is at least 14, then it's impossible it's his. So, entertaining the thought, I met with SB and was surprised to find out that the secret child is 9 years old and looks nothing like my father. During this meeting, she demanded her child's share of my dad's estate and wants 9 years of child support in cash.
Damn.
That itself is fishy because
Mm.
cash, you can't track it.
Yeah.
Um
Yeah.
Also, like, she just appears all of a sudden, but you know what? Whatever, right? Right. So she claimed she would sue if he wasn't added into the will. My dad's estate lawyer said that if SB's kid passed a DNA test, he would bust, but she refused. She claimed that she had a secret letter from my father acknowledging this kid as his own, but she refused to provide it. The meeting ended with my father's estate lawyer telling her to pretty much get out until she's ready to do a DNA test and claiming she would see us in court. I think that's completely valid.
Yeah.
Like a DNA test, paternity
No,
test,
you need
all
a
of that.
DNA test.
Y-
And you can even get DNA from like hair, so obviously there must be hair involved. There's hair somewhere.
Yeah, no, because I see the thing is, it's the 21st century, right?
Yeah.
It's right. So you have like really, really good equipment to find out loads and loads of things. You
Mm-hmm.
it's really easy to see if someone's, a father, a mother, it's not that hard. But okay, it's pretty obvious this isn't my dad's kid, but SB is still trying to take from us. My question is, what can I do to make it go away? What kind of legal action can I do to make it disappear from my life? If she does try to take action against me and my sister, what can I do to make sure this bitch gets what she deserves? Okay. And then they come back with an update, right? After I sent SD the text telling her to stop contacting me, she begins to blow up my phone with voicemails and texts. I saved them all, obviously, and forwarded them to my father's attorney. The day after I made my first post, my attorney had a letter sent to SD. Won't post the letter yet, but I'll paraphrase it. If you believe your child's claim to my client's estate is legitimate, please submit to a DNA test at your earliest convenience. If an independent DNA test confirms your claims of my client's paternity to your child, we will see to having him compensated as according to local laws for the requested child support. On the claim of getting a portion of the estate, my client specified in his will that his estate would be left to his children. So, unless you're able to provide a letter of recognition, as you stated in my office on the 22nd, we will consider that your child was either disowned or unacknowledged by my client, and we will proceed as such. If you're unable to provide the claimed letter, I advise you to seek legal counsel of your own. On the topic of you continue on the topic of you continued contact with my client's benefactors, I suggest you seize it immediately. I'm assuming that's wrong English. They have made it clear that they do not wish to associate with you outside of legal dealings. If you continue to contact them, I have recommended they take legal action against you. The best part has to be, however, he ended it. If there is a possibility that your claims of my client's paternity of your child are misinformed or fraudulent, I suggest you admit to this and cease contact with me and my clients. If you continue these actions under false claims, not only will you be receiving a bill for my time, I will suggest that my clients take legal action against you. While this was going on, my sister tracked down SB's parents and had gotten into contact with them. Turns out that SB had not had any contact with her parents in multiple years, but that's not the important part. Apparently, this isn't the first time she's done this. Apparently, she pulled the same stunt with another man when this kid was born 9 years ago and got paid off to leave him alone. I also forwarded this to my attorney. So fast forward to this morning when I get a call from my attorney. SB is retracting her statements, claiming she misunderstood the situation and no longer believes her son is my father's kid. So, yeah, no big dramatic ending, sadly, but I guess this is over. Thanks for the advice. Blah, blah, blah. Um, all I want to
Honestly,
say is wait. How did she know that they were getting $5 million or whatever? Who told her?
um,
How'd she find out?
sometimes what's it called? Actually, I don't know. I was gonna say something, but I'm like, actually, that's not true. Maybe a leak, but honestly, the audacity alone is insane.
Mm,
Like showing up after someone dies, like their father is dead, right? And she's clearly the SB, right? Is clearly targeting, right? A grieving family. They're grieving, their father's dead. And suddenly dropping like, oh my gosh, I have a secret child story. It's honestly, it's always after money gets involved that these dramatic revelations surface.
mm.
And honestly, the timing when of this happening is very cruel.
Fishy.
Yeah, cruel and fishy, right? Like the OP, right? And her sister, right? Is it her or he? Is OP a
Uh,
he or a her?
Girl, hold on. I
Okay,
I don't even know.
okay, the OP sister, right? They're still mourning, and instead of being like left in peace, hey, I think I feel like people who are after money have very clever ways of getting to know that people are dying. I have
No,
a
know
reason.
how because 1 second. You know how like loads of people like there was this person that sued Red Bull because oh technically Red Bull doesn't give you wings and they got like loads and loads of money. Like people will do anything to
Anything
get
for
money.
money. Right. And then honestly there's biology, right? If the OP, right, dad had both his testicles removed, right, before the kid was even born, because the kid is 9. So mathematical wise, right? It's literally impossible. And she also refused DNA, so I think she kind of knew that this can't happen, and I think she thought like both the OP and their sister were dumb, and it's like, oh, okay, yeah, without like
No,
obviously
because
the
literally she was like, "Oh, sorry, I misunderstood." How do you misunderstand your child's dad?
yeah, honestly, excuses, right? Because oh, a secret letter, like it's like very vague, and it never like she never gave the secret letter to them, right? Or even the DNA. So
Mm,
this kind of excuses are it's very scammy, like like a very classic scam tactic, right? And honestly, it shows that it's everyone knows this, but it does show this story specifically shows that how money brings out like the ugliest side of people.
mm,
Like it's also like there's this psychologically it's psycho sorry, not psychological, but psychology of entitlement. So it's where like someone convinces themselves that they're owed this type of cut of money or this cut of like the oh, what is it called? Not insurance. The will, sorry, of something they never worked for, right? And just
mm,
because the will exists, and it's kind of the same energy you see in lottery winner stories, like where
mm.
long lost relatives, right, come out of nowhere when you've suddenly won like
Oh my
let's
God,
say a
can I have a
million
little
dollars.
money,
You're
please?
like, oh, I kind of like I've been out of debt and like we're family, you should give me money. No, if I don't know you, no. And so it's very good that the OP sister started digging up that this woman has like pulled this exact same stunt before. I want to know how she pulled it up because this kind of shows how girls are detectives. Because to find her parents, she probably did some digging,
Mm. To be
right?
fair, if they've got 5 million, they could hire a private investigator.
They could, and because I have a feeling that the OP and the sisters also kind of well off because I'm not
If the dad's got
family,
5 million,
right? And like a huge estate, that kind of means like, oh, the kids are kind of well off.
mm-hmm,
But there's also like the unfortunate thing, right? Is a lot of scammers, also included in the story, they use kids to create like sympathy.
mm,
It's so manipulative. It is so manipulative because these kids end up being dragged into the scam, whether they understand it or not, or even have no knowledge of it, right? And the only reason this didn't like spiral into her actually get the SB actually getting money is because the OP was very smart enough. Like they were intelligent enough to document everything and loop in the lawyer
can
right
you
away, which is
imagine they were
very
stupid and they
smart.
got scared and they were like, okay,
And
here,
unfortunately,
have some hush money.
a lot of people like feed into the target. A lot of these scammers target big families, right? Because they know like, oh, if a huge scandal breaks out, it'll ruin the family. So this happens quite often. Like it happens really often,
Mm,
right? But also like honestly, if nothing else, like this kind of reminds us of why wills and legal protections matters so much.
mm,
Like because death, right, also has a very toxic way of toxic way of bringing it out of people, right? And having legal boundaries in place can save you from loads of the stress. Like, okay, this amount. You can be like, oh, wait, but it didn't specify that she should get it, so I can have it, right? A will basically says, like, this amount's for this person, this amount's for this person's not getting any money, this person might get the house. So you can't really a will is a will. You can't fight a will. I don't think. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly, but I don't think you can fight a will. And yeah, I have a question for you guys actually, for all my listeners, for all the listeners, right? So, have you ever seen family drama explode over like money or inheritance, or even like something as, I wouldn't say small, but small is like as property, right? Because I know a lot of people, right? I know a lot of friends whose parents fight over like a very small property. I'm like, why are you fighting over this small land when you could, when I know you can buy bigger land? Like, honestly, it's kind of wild how quickly things can go from like grieving to fighting when money is involved. Money changes people, and I'll stand by that.
No, like I want to talk about um the UK inheritance tax. Like I know that, so let's say your estate is like £325,000, right? That's tax free. But then, so this is like if a person dies, right? But then you get taxed 40%. So tomorrow, if I get, um, let's say if I get a house worth £400,000, they will take 40% of tax from me, right? And then if you it sucks, right? So if you have a bank account outside of the country and you die, right? The UK government, if I'm not wrong, I don't want to, this is what I've heard, right? Because I have friends that like live here. They will what's it called? Take like freeze your accounts, take the money, and like it's so like it's you have to go through a process to get it back. And then what else was there? Um oh, let's say I don't have a will, right? Because I know a friend that's got screwed out of this. So let's say your grandmother doesn't have a will and she has a property worth £1 million, right? And then the property is supposed to come to you. Now let's say they put that 40% tax on and you can't pay that tax, right? 40%
Mhm,
of 1 million is quite a bit of money, right? You
mhm.
can't pay that tax off. So they will literally either you buy that property off of them or they sell that property and they give you some money, like they take over that property. It's so fucked in its own way. So even governments are greedy for like inheritance. But I have noticed, I've read so many stories, right, where people, you know, because they're so desperate for inheritance money, they will do anything to the point where I'll see this like, you don't even respect the person who's died. You just care for what
The
you can
money.
get out of them after they're dead. And I find that so disrespectful,
This
especially if they were like a proper part of your life.
this happens a lot with um wealthier families,
Mm.
because a lot of a lot of kids just wait for their parents to die because they know that how much their parents are worth. So some kids actually, this is really bad, like very sad. They kind of pray for their parents like die sooner, right? Or get old sooner. So
Especially
like,
especially when they reach like a certain age.
yeah, right? Or try to order like a hit on them bounty, or like even just like this, guys, what I'm gonna about to say might sound very crazy, but it does happen a lot in some regions, like black magic. Some people literally perform black magic on their parents so they can pass, so they can get inheritance.
No, like my mom, when she'll tell me once in a while, like, oh, I've got this life insurance policy, and when I die, you'll get all my properties and stuff. But I just think, I'm like, well, but you have to die for that. Like, I don't want you to die. Like,
Mm,
I think things like that are so stupid because I'm like, well, I'm still gonna lose my mother in the process of getting that money. Like, I don't want
yeah.
that. So I'm like, but some people have different relationships with their parents, but to a certain extent, I'm like, if you don't want, if they're not really in your life, why do you want their money? But to each
Well,
their own. I'm
mm,
not gonna say much, but
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
I hope you guys have enjoyed this.
Yeah.
We got a little carried away, but
We kind of did. But so honestly, that's today's Am I the Drama? And this specific story kind of literally proves how messy people can get when money's on the table.
no, literally, and like how important it is to just have boundaries, and
Yeah.
honestly, just like a really fucking good lawyer.
Yeah, real, honestly. Yeah. Because anyway, sorry, I don't know what happened to me. I kind of blanked out. But yeah, it's very important to I feel like if you want to invest in something, get a good lawyer, have a good doctor. Yeah, that's
Mm.
all you need, honestly, a good doctor and a good lawyer. And like, yeah, if you have those two, you're set in life. But anyway, that's it from us this week.
We'll be back next Friday with another Am I the Drama? Until then, um, take care of yourselves and
Yeah.
maybe don't fake siblings or children for some quick cash.
Yeah, honestly, don't do that. But before you go, do you have any drama? Any decisions that you might regret? Situationships, relationships, or just ships that make little to zero sense? Please tap the link in our bio and submit to You Asked for This. We'll roast you, give you advice, tell you if you're right or wrong, or sometimes just validate you with love. So I know. So, guys, we gave you drama, we gave you delusion, and some questionable but decent advice.
Craving more? Good. You know where to find us. Consider this your new addiction. Bye.
Bye. Mwah.
Mwah.